One great question that I often get asked is, what kind of research do I have to do in my home country, in India, so that I have a great chance of getting a research assistantship or a graduate assistantship of some kind when I come in to pursue my degree? The kind of research that you have to do, it would really depend on your program of study, and it would really depend on the future research you will do. So that aside, just in principle, what the US is looking for is, have you done research, period? Because the kind of discipline that you would need to do research is fundamentally different than having a work experience. You have to be persistent. You have to have a lot of fortitude to really carry on with your hypothesis and do a lot of testing and analysis to really determine what is the outcome of your research. You may not even have an outcome because research generally takes time for it to materialize, but that's indifferent. What they're seeking is, do you have the overall scientific approach down so you can do further research? Now, having said all that, you should absolutely take advantage of the time that you have in home country to prepare yourself to get that research assistantship when you land here in the US. There's a couple of different ways that I advocate for. Firstly, across the different universities you're applying to, you need to start to have a dialogue with the professors in your course curriculum. You can start that dialogue many months leading up to your arrival here in the US. So if you're planning on arrival in August of 2020, start that dialogue as soon as you've tried to apply. You don't even need to have applied to the university to start that dialogue with that university professor. You can talk to them about who you are as a person. You can talk to them about your interests and how that really matches their interests. Because your goal is to have at least 3 or 4 different email conversations before you get here. You're trying to establish yourself as a very diligent student who has had a lot of exposure in the field of research. And once you're able to do that and craft that perception in that sense, you will have a greater degree of success when it comes to finding that research opportunity. Because when the professor finally does choose to do a research and opens up an assistantship, you're the first person that they will think about because you've had at least a bit more longer running relationship with that individual than the rest of your peers.